All right, welcome back. So we are out here with the fire team on 6S. Went through the RC like I showed you guys, added some fluid to the center diff to stop it from diffing out so hard. Pretty much made the handbrake useless, but we're out here at our BMX track. I'm gonna go run it over there and see how it does. It's about I'd say 55 degrees today, maybe close to 60. That should be pretty warm temps to keep this thing all together. The black one is already out there on the East Coast, so hopefully we'll see some snow bashes with that thing soon. But we're gonna get out here and run the white one that this is my old chassis just with the white body, so it still is the black one just with a white body. So when we get to the track, we'll be right back. Definitely doesn't have much traction here. Definitely not nose diving like it was off the same jumps. It's keeping that front end up because it's not just ballooning the front tires now, which makes the RC, in my eyes, and see, now I need to tap the brakes to bring that front end down. But it's definitely a handful to drive now. See, it's keeping that front end up. Oh, I let off the trigger in the air. I almost nose planted. That tire kicked it. I try not to hit that tire that's in the dirt because it's exposed. Oh. See, now, as you see, the rear end likes to drive around. If I punch the trigger too hard, here comes the wind. A lot more air control. I would have never sent this thing off the jump before. Without tightening up that diff. I do want to keep an eye on these front bearings, seeing when they fail. hear a fan ticking away. Let's take a look at the fan. So it's the motor fan. Now it's locked up. I have a feeling it broke a blade off of this fan. Let me power it off real quick. Yeah, so what it did is it lost one blade on the fan. So I was just trying to get the pieces out of there. That way it doesn't sit there and keep making noise. Because if it jams up that fan, it could overheat it and then game over. And these wires keep popping out of this holder. I keep tying these things up in this holder, but they keep popping back out if I jump it too high. Oh, right into the bush. Right into the bush. I know some people were saying that this is definitely a good jumper, and by looking at the cage integrated into the chassis, it seems to be, but then the weight of it really really slaps the ground really hard. I really think it needs like grass landings or into the bush, or you could jump off a ramp, but you definitely need to land on something soft. Now, none of my 6S line has M2C chassis or any of that. I tend to run the stock chassis because I just don't send them that far. I mean, I send them hard, but not to where I'm bending chassis. If I bend a chassis, it's on a really, really bad landing. And I'll usually just hammer it back out as I'm bashing it. I don't need a chassis that's bent around the bumper area. I don't need it much stronger. I've really never bent a chassis in the middle unless I've landed on some boulder. See, I think that's about the extent that I would want to jump one of these. Just to have some fun, you know? I think with these tires, unless I put backflips on it, I really don't want to send it much higher. I mean, you can. It'll survive a couple of hard impacts, like I said. It looks like it'll be a really strong RC. It's definitely a different style of driving. See how that front, there's not much clearance there. The bumper is taking up that impact. Some people were saying the construction zone was tearing up my, I was being hard on this. So I'm just trying to take it a little bit more easy. Oh, don't go in there. Oh, right on the top of that. I don't know why I keep trying to jump that way. Let's take a look and see if I did any damage. That is a dirt mound, but it is kind of packed. See how this chassis looks. Oh, I got another screw falling out. What is that one? That's plastic. That doesn't go into metal. And that screw is falling out. That is for, I think, the receiver. A battery tray or receiver box. Well, wouldn't be receiver box. I'm losing screws constantly. See, in that one you can see it pulled the threads, the plastic threads on whatever it's screwed into. That screw's missing too. I don't know if there's anything there. But yeah, another screw came loose. I'm gonna put that in my pocket. There's not much I can do about that. I've never really Loctite it onto plastic. I just make sure that they're tight. I just think that this thing is so heavy that it's flexing and knocking out the screws. See, landing in that soft stuff over there is probably the best thing I can do for this. I might be able to jump to that next jump. Got a lot of height off that one. I figure if the TLR Typhon will hit this jump, this one should be able to. My Techno even hits this one. Well, there we go, guys. That's the Fireteam out hitting the BMX track. Do seem to have a bunch of camber in it. I do want to keep an eye on these bearings, make sure that I didn't blow it out on any of these jumps. But Fireteam is just one of those RCs that's got a ton of speed, a ton of power on 6S. I don't think it needs 8S. I just, my Mojave's 8S, but I think my Mojave needed 8S because the wheels are so small. This having the big wheels on it, the heavier wheels, I just don't think it needs 8S. I think 6S is plenty for what I'm going to do with this RC. I had to hit the brake before I hit that bush. Did a 360. Keeps wanting to head towards that bush, and I don't know why. Keeps drifting right at that bush, like I'm gonna nail that bush with a wheel, rip the suspension off. So let me know what you guys think. I've now bashed the Fireteam. The only changes I really made to it is I locked down the motor screws with Loctite, pulled the center diff, filled up the center diff with 500K, I believe, is what I stuck in there just to stiffen it up a little bit. I didn't drain what was in there out, and seems to be doing pretty good. There is a jump over here that I want to hit. Somebody was saying that that little kicker is going to make the Fireteam nose plant every. Now that I've done the diff, I want to make sure that I have control over that jump, because my X-Max does well over there, and all my other RCs seem to do pretty good. All my other RCs seem to do pretty good off that little kicker that's in a pathway over here. To enjoy the RC for what it was designed for, I guess you would say. Trying to see what Arrma meant for us to do with it. But here's that little kicker. So as you see, I can get lift off of it now. I can get lift because I'm driving off the rear wheels. Not nose planting no more, like I figured it would do. Take out some of that ballooning on the front wheels, and it won't diff out so bad. Oh. That was me letting off the trigger. But there we go. Hopefully these bearings survived everything. Handbrake is still installed, it just doesn't do much. That's hitting the handbrake. It just kind of slides the whole thing now. You can see the drive on the rear now. That's low voltage cut. Gonna get it over to the car before it stops moving. But there we go, guys. Still on the factory remote. I really don't like the SLT3, but we'll take a closer look at this thing on the bench at some point. I don't think the bearings are blowing out. That one's still tight. That one's still tight. That one's still tight. That one's still tight. So we're doing pretty good on the bearings. But like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about the Fireteam, the adjustments I've made. Is it gonna last? I still have some screws falling out, but they're not going into metal. And I don't know. I don't know what else to do about plastic. I guess I can try throwing some maybe toothpicks in it, tighten it up. Maybe some Teflon tape into the plastic to stop the screws from falling out. But there we go. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching.